I'm gonna be fighting Gabby and Ty for a third time today, but first I'm gonna put Skarmory as my lead, since I think we've seen enough Blaziken for now. And yeah, she says the same thing with every battle. This is the third one of 6, and the last 3 battles are something we're gonna take care of once I obtain the right to fly on the overworld map, which is going to be in not too long. And other things that I'm gonna need to do after I pick up the badge, I'm going to, as I said, remember that area at the northwest of Route 119 that I was talking about that required the acro bike? Well, not necessarily in the northwest, but at some point in the west, you need the acro bike to get there. Well, now that I can fly around, I'm going to go to that place and fly right back to... Oh, man, so close. But after that, yeah, I'm gonna fly right back to Mobile and pick back the Mach Bike. It's such a shame that we can't have both at the same time, like in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. This sucks. Oh, and there will also be the Trick House. Oh, no. No thanks. No entry hazards in-game. Entry hazards in-game suck. As much as they're broken competitively in-game, they are just not worth it. So yeah, that's gonna be 3 things to do after I beat the gym, Gabby and Ty, that area on Route 119, and the Trick House. And come to think of it, Gabby and Ty could be a pretty good source of experience for when I'm going to need to level up my Milotic, because both of their Pokemon are going to be level 39, and oh, of course, I'm aware that I think it's Ty who has the Magneton, and I think I'm going to have to pair Milotic with Blaziken in order to take care of that, but if Blaziken gets the first hit, then there's not going to be much of a problem, and Milotic will be able to gain levels at a decent pace. I still don't know just how many levels I'm going to give it before I stop grinding and I move on with the game, but I guess I'll see when I do that. But on another note, there was a column on Bulbapedia a week or 2 ago, and that's not the one I already talked about after Generation 3 being underrated. It's basically a look back on Generation 4, and I intend to do a similar column at one point, but a lot more detail, obviously, because the rambling gaming dude, well, rambles on and on and on a lot, because that's what I do. If you've been watching me for any length of time, then you already know that. And I'm going to continue later, because this is the scene where I'm going to gain the ability to see all those hidden Kecleons. And yeah, now Steven is going to be using the... No. He's changing his mind. Well, actually, yeah, he's going to be using the Devon Scope on the Kecleon that's right in front of us. And yeah, he's asking me if I'm ready for battle against a wild Kecleon, the very, very dangerous Kecleon. He's going to be extremely difficult, almost impossible to beat. You know, despite that Kecleon being level 30. I remember that. But anyway, this is actually a tricky Pokemon to take down if you do mistakes, because right now I used Fly. And what that's going to do is that it's going to change types to the attack I just used. So it just became Flying type, and ironically just lost Stab on Fury Swipes because it starts out as the normal type. Anyway, let's suppose for an instant that I used Steel Wing on that Kecleon. Then I would have nothing to hit it for even a neutral hit with, and I would be forced to switch, which is quite annoying for a weak wild Pokemon like Kecleon. Anyway, he's going to hand me the Devon Scope, since I encountered all of these wild Kecleons. No, well, I didn't encounter them. I know they're there, but I didn't encounter them per se. So now we're going to partake in KECLEON GENOCIDE! Sounds thrilling, doesn't it? Well, first things first, I got a tip from a viewer. There's a Kecleon right here. Even though it doesn't block anything, it's just Kecleon that just loves chilling behind signs. Whatever. Anyway, I was talking about that column on the Bulba Garden earlier on, and yeah, it was pretty well written actually, but near the end there was a part that sort of, well, I wouldn't say it annoyed me because it's an exaggeration of the highest degree, but it's about, you know, renaming the Tin Tower to the Bell Tower. And the guy said that it made him really, really angry. Really? They rename a tower and it makes you angry? Well, as I put it somewhere else, I don't remember where, but I said this is like complaining about the eye color of Sonic and Sonic 4. This is just grasping for straws here. And one thing that's important to remember about the Bell Tower and the Burn Tower as well, which was known as the Brass Tower, is that both of these towers, their Japanese names are the same names that belong to certain types of bells that are used in Japan. So I don't know if calling it the Bell Tower is the result of a mistranslation or something, or maybe Tin Tower was the mistranslation all along, though I doubt it because Tin Tower goes along pretty well with Brass Tower. And as I said in the last video, there's a little lake here with a cave in it, and the cave even has a name, the Scorched Slab. I don't know why they named that place, why they gave that place a name, even though it's about as small as my pinky. But I digress. I guess it's sort of nice that they actually gave this enough attention as to give this cave its own name, but whatever. Now there's actually two Kecleons left to beat. There's that one on Route 119 that's pretty close to Fortree, and the other one that's close to the gym. Anyway, what I was saying about the towers in Johto earlier is that no matter how you slice it, the names are a lot more appropriate and a lot cooler in Japanese because of, you know, the link between the types of bells and the names of the towers, and it's sort of complicated, but that's why I don't know Japanese. But there's one thing that would have been cool in my opinion. You know how the area in Ecruteak that leads up to the Bell Tower, well, it was just part of Ecruteak and Gold, Silver, Crystal, but they actually named it the Bell Chime Trail in Hard Gold and Soul Silver, so why not call the tower like Bell Chime Tower? It would have sounded a lot cooler than just Bell Tower. Of course, I'm not saying that I'm angry that they changed the name, but it would still have been pretty cool if they called it the Bell Chime Tower. I just think it sounds better, but that's just me talking. They're the game designers; they can do whatever they want, as long as it's not completely freaking stupid. And we're down to that last Kecleon. As I said, I'm not catching any of them because they can be found in the wild other than those special Kecleons that are invisible. And oh, it flees! Oh, I'm not even gonna have to battle it! Well, this is cool, I guess, but robs me of that 565 experience. And now all that's left is to go into the gym. And oh yeah, I remember this gym. This is the one with those rotating doors that you go into the doors and they rotate. And we're going to be seeing that puzzle in more detail in the next video, because for now there's not even enough time left to fight a trainer, and I guess Winona is up there just past this ledge, and you get the basic idea for these doors. So we're going to solve this puzzle next time.